So you're thinking about retiring, or you've just recently retired. First of all, congratulations. You've finally gotten to that point that you've been working toward for so long. Hopefully, you've got a nice little nest egg saved up in a 401k or other retirement type of account, and you're looking forward to a life where you can finally do what you want. And you've got the time and you've got the money to be able to live life to its fullest. Well, there are a lot of uncertainties, and I think this year, 2020, has really kind of highlighted how unpredictable the future can possibly be. So I wanted to put together this video so that you could think about options that could take away some of that uncertainty and make it so that you have the ability to smile and laugh at everybody else running around worried about how things are going to change. You can sit back and keep living your life the way you intended to live it. Stay tuned to the rest of the episode. We're going to delve a little bit more into what this looks like for you. Thanks for sticking around. I'm John Troms, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what your options are moving forward and how you can kind of, take the things that you've worked hard to build and stretch them out and make sure that you're not really affected by the challenges and the ups and downs of the stock market going forward, political situations or pandemics or earthquakes or anything else that comes up that shakes our economy. You can still continue on the life that you intended to have in retirement. So first of all, let's talk about what you've got. You've got a 401k or an IRA or retirement account of some kind, hopefully that's built up to a nice level. Now, moving forward, you're going to be drawing out of that money and living on it. And now that you can do something with it, now there's options for you. The first option I really want to talk about is setting up your own personal pension. Now, a pension is something you're probably familiar with because your parents or someone you worked with a long time ago probably had one through a union or a large company at some point. It's not very popular to have pensions right now. Everybody's gone to 401ks. But you still have the ability to set up a pension. And what a pension is it's this ability to guarantee a specific amount of money every month or every year, depending on how you set it up, for the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter how much money is in that account after a certain amount of time. They guarantee to keep paying you that amount, even if you used up all your dollars. The way to do that is to set up an annuity. Now I know a lot of people have not talked really highly about annuities, but I think mostly because they don't really understand what they're for and how great of a tool they can be for the one specific thing or the two specific things that they actually do really well. So this is one of the things that annuities do really, really well, is allow you to predict your income moving forward and to be able to stretch your dollars more than what they would have otherwise. I've got a friend that I set up an account for recently, an annuity, and we set it up as a personal pension. And given the money he wanted to take out, his money was going to only last about 10 years. Because we set it up in the annuity, I was able to make sure that money lasts for a lot longer than 10 years. It's going to last for the rest of his life, even if he lives another 20 or 30 years. Now remember, his money was gone after 10 years. The insurance company made investments with the money that you gave them, and now they're going to pay out of those investments, not just the money that you've got in the account. And this is the really cool thing about what annuities can do, is guarantee your money lasts as long as you do. Nothing else can really do that. So this personal pension thing can be accomplished with annuities. There's also a way that most people don't understand that you can actually set it up with some life insurance too, and that's a little more complicated, and I would want to make sure that we talked personally about it and ran some options before we started going down that road. But there are ways to set up life insurance that most people don't know about that can actually provide an income for you in retirement and can keep going for the rest of your life. Now, again, like I said, that's a little more complicated than an annuity. An annuity is really simple to set up. There's one big check. They start sending you checks after that, depending on how you set it up. But with life insurance, there's a few more moving parts. Now, those are exciting parts for me, but life insurance is also something to think about when you're looking at setting up retirement income for the rest of your life. It's not a way people normally think of using life insurance, and I would be really excited to talk to you about those options. I get excited about them because I like nerding out about numbers, and that's kind of my thing. But for you, I just want you to know that there are two different vehicles, two different options that you can use together to set up a pension for yourself using your money. The other thing I wanted to talk about with annuities, the other thing that they do really well is make sure that they get you out of the rat race. Okay, right now in a 401k or any other type of IRA that's invested in stocks, if the stock market goes down and you need access to that money, it's not there because it disappeared. That's a risk. In retirement, you don't have a lot of time to make up those gains. If you're young, you do. You can wait around for the market to recover and then go, woohoo, I made lots of money. But in retirement, you've got a fixed income. You've got concerns that you have to address with the money that you've got, and you can't really afford to lose any. So this is the other thing that annuities do better than any other product out there, is they give you the chance to make your money safe, to keep it safe. And if the stock market goes down, you don't lose any money. Now, the cool thing is if the stock market actually goes up, you have a chance of making money. And you can make, I've got some annuities right now that have historically been paying somewhere around, I'm going to be very conservative here, but somewhere around 8 to 10%. That's a very conservative number. Some of them have done a lot better. But that's what annuities can do. They can take you out of that rat race. So with 2020 teaching us this really interesting lesson that just about anything could happen. It could happen quickly, and it could fundamentally change how we live. Being able to move forward with some predictability and with the ability to say, I don't have to worry about what party is in power. I don't have to worry about tax regulation changes. I don't have to worry about, I don't know, pandemics or anything else that changes, or war with other countries or any of those kinds of things. I don't have to think about that because my money is safe. And I can count on it for the whole of my retirement. Now, I did mention something in that little spiel I just gave about tax-free growth. Now, in your normal 401k, or even in a normal annuity, any growth that's in there still needs to be taxed because you haven't paid taxes on that money yet. Now, there is a way, going back to life insurance, where you can actually set up life insurance as a vehicle for growth, as an asset, not just for death benefit. So it's not your normal life insurance policy, but you can actually set it up so that it grows as an asset. And life insurance has to be used with after-tax money, which means that any growth in there is tax-free. Now, wouldn't that be nice? To be able to not worry about whether tax rates have changed, or if you're taking out too much money and growing too much of it, now all of a sudden you're in a different tax bracket because of your income levels. Well, there's ways to set up life insurance where you can have tax-free growth and you can still have access to the money that you've put in. Now, it's different than how most people set up life insurance, and there's very few people that really understand enough about how to kind of play with the contracts the right way to set it up so that this works. But we can do that for you at Insurance Foundations. If you're retired recently, you're thinking about retiring soon, reach out to me, john@insurancefoundations.com. That's my email. You can go to the website, insurancefoundations.com. It's got an S. And shoot me an email. Let's set up a time to talk about your situation. First of all, I'd love to hear how you're excited about retirement, and I love to hear what you've got planned for retirement. Because I need to know those things. I'm not going to just show up and say, hey, you need an annuity or you need life insurance. There you go. I don't want to do that for you. I want to first find out what you're excited about, what you're planning on doing, what assets you have. Do you own your house? Do you still have a mortgage? Do you plan on buying other cars? Do you plan on traveling all the time? Are you setting up a fishing business? What are you doing? What are you planning on doing? Let's work together and let's see if any of these options really accomplish what you need to accomplish, keep giving you access to the money you need, but also provide a safe alternative to risky investments like stock markets. Again, reach out to me at insurancefoundations.com, and I love to hear your stories. I look forward to hearing about yours, and to see how we can help make your future just as exciting as you hoped it was going to be. Have a wonderful day.